What is the Dreyfus Affair? In her book, The Origins of Totalitarianism, Hannah Arendt calls this historical event a dress rehearsal for the Nazis. Alfred Dreyfus, a high-ranking French military officer, was one of the few Jewish members of the army. He would become the scapegoat and center of anti-Semitism in France after he was wrongfully and unfairly convicted of treason. In this video, we'll give Hannah Arendt's account of the affair and explain its significance in the preparation for the rise of Nazism. In 1894, it was discovered that a secret French military document was given to the rival German army. Only high-ranking officers had access to such information, so an investigation of French officers was conducted. On discovering that a Jew, Alfred Dreyfus, was an officer, an accusation was quickly thrown condemning Dreyfus. This led to a closed-door trial. The army accused Dreyfus by claiming the leaked document was in his handwriting. However, after experts examined the handwriting, it was concluded that it was not Dreyfus's. Still, the prosecutors insisted that it was Dreyfus because he attempted to forge his own handwriting, and that was the explanation why the handwriting didn't completely match. With this evidence alone, Dreyfus was convicted of treason and a lifelong sentence of isolation on Devil's Island in French Guiana. Some of the less anti-Semitic members of the army were not convinced it was Dreyfus. French Colonel Picard, who conducted his own comprehensive investigation, became convinced that the handwriting was none other than Officer Esterhazy. However, when he brought this up with his superiors, they shut him down and sent him immediately away to an undesirable post in Tunisia. But it wasn't over. Others supported Dreyfus and were convinced the army used him as a scapegoat. In 1898, eminent novelist Émile Zola wrote a now-famous article in the newspaper called Je Accuse, in which he condemned the army for its unfair treatment of the Jews and Dreyfus. It became viral and was published almost 10 times more than usual. Not soon after, it was discovered that Officer Esterhazy was discharged for embezzlement. With growing tensions, another French colonel came out and confessed to forging papers to convict Dreyfus. A retrial was finally and reluctantly agreed to by the army, who now shipped Dreyfus back from Devil's Island after almost 4 years of isolation. Despite the convincing evidence of Dreyfus's innocence, the court only reduced his sentence to 10 years. This caused an uproar in the international community, and many countries threatened France to boycott the Paris exhibition of 1900. The French president, afraid of the boycott, offered Dreyfus a pardon as long as he could confess to treason. Dreyfus, in favor of his own preservation, confessed. But this would not be the end of the Dreyfus case. In 1903, Dreyfus requested a further retrial, and by 1906 he was acquitted of all charges. But anti-Semitic mobs in France argued that the court had no right to acquit the charges. Anti-Dreyfus propaganda was published and would continue until 1924, claiming the Jewish conspiracy theory of world domination, outlined in the fake document called the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Even in 1931, when a new play, L'Affaire Dreyfus, was staged, the crowd threw stink bombs into the stalls, causing the play to immediately be shut down. Why does Arendt put so much emphasis on the Dreyfus Affair? Because the possibility of such an event can only rest on a strong anti-Semitic ground. It gives us a glimpse into the sharp hatred toward Jews that was ever present in France. The French military would rather punish a Jew than fix its issue with espionage. It represents the people's willingness to accept false realities instead of accepting the truth. Thus, it showed us just how willing the people would be to accepting a new Nazi doctrine that appealed to their anti-Semitic beliefs. Now, this video simplifies the events of the Dreyfus Affair, and if you want to understand it more, I recommend watching the film An Officer and a Spy. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see more videos on Hannah Arendt, history, and philosophy, don't forget to subscribe and like below. Thank you.